Hey, welcome to another live playthrough of Tiny Towns. We're going to play the Town Hall variant, which is using the deck, but it's multiplayer, so if you're following along at home, you can play right along. So the buildings that we're using today, again, we're using the cottage. That always is in the game, so it's 3 points if it's fed, and you feed it using the greenhouse. It feeds one contiguous group of cottages. So again, that means that it's all in one area, connected together. If you have a town all by itself, a cottage all by itself, then it's not going to be fed. So you can build this anywhere, and then it's just fed in a contiguous area. So you want to keep all of your cottages in one area. The well gets 1 point for each adjacent cottage. So if you build a well next to 4 cottages, that well is worth 4 points, which is excellent. The market, you get 1 point for each market in the same row or column as the market. So not both. So you can't have a row and column. So you choose. So each one can be worth a maximum of 3 points, which is fine. So again, putting it in like one row is pretty good. This is not a super high scoring one. It's something that you can kind of flex into. I would do it like on a bottom row or on a side, just because each one of those would be worth 3 points for a total of 12. So that's pretty good use of your board. If you get all of them, actually, it's 48 points, which is excellent, but I don't think you can actually do that. So you are what you are. Cloister. 1 point for each cloister in a corner of your town. So if you get the 4 corners of cloister, each cloister is now each cloister, no matter where it is worth 4 points. So you could put a cloister in the middle, but it's only going to score based on how many are in the corners. So that's how that works. The bank is worth 4 points. When you construct it, place a resource on this building that is not on another bank in the town. And I just realized we can't play with this one in this version, so we're going to get rid of that one. Nope, we just played with that one. Okay, we're going to play with the factory. There we go. Nope, that one also doesn't work. Wait, no, this one works. Okay, so factory is going to work slightly different. It says, when constructed, place one of the 5 resources on the factory. When another player names the resource, you may place a different resource instead. So when the deck says, do this resource, it lets you play wild in that case. So that's how the factory works here. It's also worth 0 points. All right. The inn, 3 points if not in a row or column with another inn. So again, you can build the 4 right down the diagonal, and then you're sitting golden. But you do not want an inn in the same row or column as another inn. And the obelisk allows you to place all future buildings on any empty square in the town. So that's what that is. So let's jump right in. And again, if you're not familiar, we're going to do 2 rounds where we get a prescriptive resource. And then we're going to get one that is your choice. So 2 prescripted, 1 your choice. So let's do the first one all together now. So wheat. I will explain my thought process as we're going into these things. My first thought right now is I want to build my obelisk so I can flex where I place my buildings in the future. It's going to take away from me, but it's going to give me a lot of ability to change things around going forward. All right, so there we go. We're going to give it a second. We're going to do one more. Another wheat. All right, so this wheat, I think I want to build a greenhouse, because once I build both my obelisk and my greenhouse, I'm going to have to use my wheat for cottages, because I don't know if I want to do inns. I might want to, but I'm not sure yet. So I definitely want to start getting going on my greenhouse. And I'm going to put my greenhouse like in the upper right-hand corner just to get it out of the way. I'm going to avoid cloisters this game just because there's danger. I've always had problems personally with cloisters. That sounds really bad out of context. Anyway, just in terms of placing cloisters in corners, I always mess it up somehow, and it's just not great. So I'm going to put that in the corner. Okay, so now we've done two rounds. We've done wheat, and now in our 3rd round, you can choose any of the 5 resources, and you can place it into the board. So mine, I think, is going to be a glass. And the glass, I think, is going to go up here to try to go for the greenhouse. I just want to get that done, and know that I don't need another wheat for a while, so I'm just... Actually, you know what? Instead of this, I might actually go for a wood. Yeah, I'm going to go for a wood. I'm going to try to go for the bottom one. So now I'm kind of making sure that I'm eventually going to get another grain. I'm going to get another wood eventually, even if I need to choose it myself. Okay, so next round. Again, that was our first wild one. So the first two were wheat, and I chose to have a wood. Okay, this is next round. We have brick. Look at that, brick. And I'm definitely going to keep going on my obelisk here. I'm gonna be building my obelisk. And the next one after that, I'm gonna wait for just a second. While we're waiting, you can, if you're not already following, I'd really appreciate the follow on Twitch. And if you have Twitch Prime, awesome, that would be fantastic. I would love it, but you do you. All right, we got another wood. Excellent, excellent. I'm gonna place that one right there for me. And I think I'm going to grab another brick for my wild. So again, this is the 2 prescripted. Now we get to choose any one that you want. Any one that you want. I'm going to place this here because I'm expecting a glass soon. So I'm hoping that I can get a glass to fill that out. All right. So now we're starting a new first of 3. And look at that. Glass. Playing the odds. It's just like blackjack. It's fine. All right, so I'm going to place my glass right there, and that completes my obelisk of the crescent, which allows me to place all of those right there. Look at that. Woo! All right, so I'm placing my... I'm going to move this up a little bit. There you go. I'm in frame. So my obelisk is right there now. That's excellent. Excellent. And we're going to do another round, I think. Yep. Okay, so this is the second of the prescripted ones. We're going to do a brick. Brick. It's a brick house. I'm just looking here, and because I'm not going to build a cloister, and I'm probably not going to want to build too many markets, it might be good to try to get a factory so that I can not have to place wood ever again. That's probably really a good idea for me. Yep. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the factory. I'm going to start building the factory. And I'm going to start building the factory right here. No, I'm going to start building it here. And I'll explain why in a second. I'm going to try to build it over this way, and I'm going to build my greenhouse somewhere where it won't interfere with the factory. I have to build all the way across here. All right. Go ahead and you get to choose your third one here. This is choose any one resource of your choice. And I think I'm going to go with... I think I'm just going to complete this greenhouse here. So I'm going to get my glass. And that means that I'm done with my greenhouse. And because I've built the obelisk of the crescent, this allows me to place all future buildings on any empty square. So I can just remove all 4 of these, and I can place this anywhere I want to. And what that's probably going to want, I'm just going to want to place it kind of out of the way, because again, this feeds any contiguous group of cottages. So it can be anywhere on the board. So I can keep this out of the way, and it's going to be actually quite good for me. All right. We're going to go into the next round. So we've got another brick. I'm going to continue building my factory here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give everyone a second. And we're going to go with the glass. Right. All right, I think I'm going to start building some cottages because I need to start getting those going. Yep. And then this is the third one, so you can choose any type that you want, and you can build using that one. So I'm going to go ahead and take a stone. I think that's what my go-to is going to be here. All right. Next round, and we've got a stone. Obviously going to place it there, again going for that factory. And we've got a wheat. All right, we're going to place a wheat right there. And for my last one, I'm going to actually just use a brick, like so, to complete my first cottage. And my first cottage, I'm going to place way down here. Again, I'm able to build off in a corner because I built my obelisk of the crescent, which allows me to build anywhere. All right, and so that's the end of these rounds. So we take all of the cards back, again, and we remove 5 a little bit ago. And I'm going to shuffle these up. Ooh, shaking the table, I should stop that. All right, and I'm going to remove 5 cards from the deck, just like so. And I'm going to flip, flippy flip. This is our first one in the next round, so wheat. Again, I'm going to focus on just continuing to get wheat here. Cottages, rather. Okay. The second one is going to be wood, finally. Great, 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 great. So we're going to place that there. That completes our factory. And the factory is going to go way up here. And the factory is going to be able to convert wood into whatever we need it to be. So in the future, if I ever see a wood come up here, I can use it for anything. Likewise, right now, this is the third round of a triplet. So we're going to be able to place any, go ahead and place any resource of your choice. I think, you know what? It might be fun to go for some inns right now. I think I'm going to go for some inns. I've already got this set up, so I'm going to be able to place an inn down here. And because I have the obelisk, I can place my inn anywhere, which allows me to really be flexible in where it actually ends up getting placed. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, I believe, a stone. Yes, a stone. I'm going to place that right there. Okay. So I'm just going to move these over here to show that this was previous ones. So this is round 1. Oh, look at that. Glass. Yes! I'm going to do that, which allows me to place an inn. I'm going to place an inn down here because I need to get on the bottom row for sure. All right. And we're going to flippy flip, flippy flip. Stone. All right, we're going to get a stone. And I think I'm going to use the stones for the inns. I think that's the right decision. I'm going to keep them out of the way, though. I'm going to keep them up in the upper corner here. All right, and then anything that you want, you can go ahead and pick it right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab a glass because I am more likely to get a grain in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and put a glass right there. That was the third round. So now, if you haven't already placed a wild of your choice, do that now. Just like I just did. And we're going to move on to the next round. We're going to get another glass. Look at that. Oh, boy. All right, let's start building another one of these guys. I need to build a cottage right here so that I can start building it out. A big analogous group of cottages here. Because I need to build a huge group of them to be able to be fed by the greenhouse. All right. Next one is stone again. Well, shoot, maybe I'm building another inn. I might be building another inn. That's what I'm doing. All right. Or am I? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay. So, yeah, this is the right decision. Yep. Cool. I'm going to get a grain as my third of the triplet. I'm going to go ahead and build this one. And I'm going to build this one right here. Putting that there. That's a third of a triplet. So we're going to move on to the next round. Hopefully everyone's following along here. We've got a brick finally. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a brick and place it here. Again, I'm going to try to build a cottage over here. Next one is wheat. And I think I'm going to finish my other inn here. While I'm here, I suppose. So I'm going to do these ones here. And that makes myself an inn. I can build it anywhere I want to. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build it right here. Yes. Yep. All right. So I get to place one of anything that I want to. And I'm thinking what I want to place here. Because I obviously don't want to place an inn here. It might be best just to build a well, really. Yeah. It might be best just to build a well right here. Yep. All right, last round. Another wheat. So the wheat is going to go here. I'm trying to build this this thing here. So eventually I'm going to be able to get a glass. All right, next one. We got a brick. All right, I'm going to just build another. I'm going to continue building as many cottages as I possibly can. And again, for the third one, you can choose any of the resources, and I'm obviously going to choose a glass so that I can complete this cottage right here. There we go. All right, so that ends the 5 rounds, 5 roundies. Shuffle it up. And we're going to start a new round. We're going to get, oh, I need to remove 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that is the first one. So stone. Definitely want a stone. Okay, we're going to put a stone right there. Yep. And the next one is a glass. And the glass is going to go right here. And for my last one, for my last of the triplet, I'm going to do a grain. And I'm going to finish another cottage. I'm going to place the cottage right there, actually. All right. Next round, we've got wood. All right, so I'm going to take this wood, and I'm just going to make a well. I'm going to make a well right here before it gets too hairy. I just want that filled so that I do not have a problem in the future. All right, next one, we've got brick. So again, this is good for us here. We're going to just put the brick, yep, right there. That should be fine. And then we can pick anything we want. And I think I'm going to do a glass because that will allow me to build another town. Because it's likely that I'll get another grain because we've already seen one glass. All right. Next one. Look at that. There's the wheat. So again, we're going to do that. We have another cottage. And we're going to do this one right here. Okay. And we have another wheat. Okay, so we're going to do this, and we're going to try to build out like this, but we also have the flexibility to go up here like that. And what are we going to want? I think we want glass. I think that's the right decision here. Because we might get another brick here. Actually, no, we can just oh, we're doing this right now. So glass. I'm choosing glass to put right here. Hopefully we'll get another brick in the future. All right, next one. That's stone. All right, so I do want to build one more in if possible because it's 3 additional points, and that's really, really good. So I'm going to try for this. And worst comes to worst, I can still just make it a well. That wouldn't be horrible either. All right. Another wheat. Wow. This is... Well, I mean, that lets us get a well here. Another inn right here, I suppose. We're going for the grain, the stone, and the glass here. And then we can place one thing right now. Why don't we do that? Why don't we finish the inn? I think finishing the inn is a really good idea. because we can get a glass right now. We can finish the inn. That gets us all. We max out on inns because we'll have 3 points for each guaranteed. That's really good. Okay, so again, I'm going to take, for my wild, I'm going to take a glass. Top row here comes off, and I place my last inn right there. All right, and show me brick. Oh, look at that brick. We got brick. We got a brick house. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so that means I get a cottage, and I'm going to put the cottage. Again, I'm trying to keep all of the cottages. I'm growing the cottages because all one contiguous cottage will be able to get the whole thing here. Woo! And then we have a brick as our second one. Oh boy. I mean, we have to place this brick. So I'm going to place the brick there and hope for the best. And then we get a wild. I mean, if I don't do this, I'm a fool. So I'm going to do that. So I am going to hope for the best. I need either, to complete this last cottage here, I either need a wood or a grain, because the wood counts as wild for me because of my factory. You can see right here. So I'm hoping for a wood or a grain. All right. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comes off. And let's see what we got. A glass. Bummer. Okay. Well, that ends that. But I will do the next couple rounds here. So I'll just put them out so that you can see them. So glass is there. Wheat is next. See, there it was. Bummer. And then there's a wild. And does anybody, I'm just going to ask, does anybody need a couple more cards? I'm going to just, for anyone watching on YouTube, here are the next couple. And keep in mind that the next two are, you always have a wild. And it should be locked down by this point. There's really nothing that you can do after this. I've been pretty consistent with all of these, so hopefully that made sure everyone could get everything they needed to. So let's do a quick scoring round. So let's see here. Factory gives us nothing. So big old goose egg. Our cottages give us 3 points apiece, so that's actually 15 points. That's pretty good. Our cloister, we didn't build any cloisters, so that's a big old goose egg. The inns gives us 3 points if it's not in the same row or column as anything, so that's 3 times 4 is 12. I don't have any yellow. I do have one of these guys, so that's 1 point. My pink building gave me nothing, and I am missing 3 spots on my board, so that's -3 points. So 15, 17, 18. So I actually only got 15 points that game. So that's kind of a bummer, but hopefully you did a lot better than I did, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to join me on stream. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. to whenever I feel like it. And right now we're going to be moving over to the Letterman Games channel. We're going to do some adventure tactics. We're going to partner up. The Zangzabar channel is going to partner up with Letterman Games and do some really neat new previews of stuff. We did Roar and Write a couple days ago, and that was really fun. So we're going to continue this partnership. It's going to be excellent. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I'm going to be going over to Letterman Games. I'll host them on this channel, and I will see you over there. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the near future.